Saturday night after UFC 304, Leon Edwards versus Belal Muhammad 2, UFC President Dana White gave one of the most humiliating and unhinged post-fight press conferences I've seen in modern UFC history. And he made it very clear by some of the things that he said that he nor the UFC wants Belal Muhammad as UFC welterweight champion. And it's just disturbing and disgusting because he's not a promoter anymore. All he cares about is who can be a star as quickly as possible. He does not care about the sport of it anymore. And that's why we've seen so many undeserved title shots. That's why they were leery to give Belal Muhammad the title shot to begin with. And he didn't even bother to promote Belal at all at the post-fight presser. And it's time, and I'm hoping that Dana White and the UFC comes around. It is time that they give Belal Muhammad the respect that he deserves as the new UFC welterweight champion. And he's also asked, and we're going to take a look at it in a little while, about the whole flag scenario. There's some controversy around the flag scenario. I'm going to explain to you and break down in this video with receipts why Dana White's answer was so hypocritical there. And that's not all we're going to get to. I know there's a lot of discussion of, WME CEO Ariel Manuels doesn't want Belal Muhammad as UFC champion for a topic that I'm not even going to get into in this video, really, because it's just too complicated and it's not my area of expertise. But if you missed it on Saturday night, I'm going to show you in this video. I went back and got it for you. We have Ariel Manuels' reaction to Belal Muhammad winning the welterweight title, so we're going to take a look at that in this video as well. But spoiler alert, he was not happy that Belal won the welterweight title. So let's jump right into the post-fight presser. This post-fight presser was one for the ages. It was 24 minutes or 23 and a half minutes long, and there was a lot to unpack. I've already done an entire video on the Muhammad Mokaev situation. If you care to go check that out, I will link it down in the description. We're going to go a little bit out of order here because to make the most sense. But I want to show you him kind of shitting on the card to begin with. I covered this in another video, but he comes out. This is literally 3 minutes into the post-fight presser, and he basically craps on the entire UFC 304 card. Like a total casual. This guy goes to power slap events and promotes them like it's going out of style. And now he shows up after 304 and basically says it's a shit card and says, I'm not giving out bonuses anymore. Let's take a listen.
Every time you get on a press conference, the fighters manage to get you to up the bonuses. Do you think there's an argument that maybe you should just up them to...
I think tonight showed that we should not, no. Oh. Upping them doesn't change anything. It doesn't make anybody fight any harder. It doesn't change anything.
100K bonuses doesn't make anyone fight any harder because he's saying it was basically, oh, nobody fought because there was decisions. Talk about the ultimate casual statement, but let's listen to more.
I'm not doing this again.
Ever.
Ever. Today was the last day that I'm doing that. Yeah. Not saying that in the future the bonuses couldn't get up, but I'm not going to be at a press conference and say 200, 300, fucking never again. Never again. So you can thank everybody on this card for that.
This is like my fourth time listening to this. In a minute, he's about to say the stupidest thing I've ever heard in my entire life, but we're gonna wait till we get to that. Thank everyone on this card for why we're not getting upped bonuses anymore. Because there was decisions. There was decisions, and I think he says it in a second. 7 straight decisions. Let's take a look at the card. Nobody fought like they wanted to earn 100K. First off, Belal Muhammad went out there and fought his ass off. Was a heavy underdog, and went out there and dunked Leon Edwards on his bald spot, dominated him and won the welterweight title. Pressed forward for 5 straight rounds. Bullied him. He had Leon's coach giving him motivational speeches in between the first and second round. That's how good of a performance Belal Muhammad put on. I understand it wasn't a finish. I understand it wasn't Yuri Prochazka, Glover Teixeira. If that's not a 100K worthy performance, I don't know what is. And I know a lot of fans are going to say, Joey, what are you talking about? I think Belal deserved a bonus. I think it's egregious. Let's look at the co-main event. Tom Aspinall got a bonus, okay? He deserved a bonus. First round KO. Paddy Pimblett got a bonus. We're going to look at some of the things Dana says about Paddy Pimblett. Paddy Pimblett fought well and got a finish in the first round, deserved a finish. I mean, Christian Leroy Duncan, Gregory Rodriguez went to decision. That wasn't a great fight. Both of them didn't fight their hearts out. Both of them didn't take a lot of damage. Arnold Allen didn't fight like he wanted a bonus. He rushed forward and tried to finish Giga Chikadze the entire fight. Giga Chikadze, up until he started kind of running out of gas, looked incredible in that fight. Fought his ass off. Nathaniel Wood, Daniel Pineda. Daniel Pineda Didn't fight like he wanted a 100K bonus. Nathaniel Wood almost finished him multiple times, and he kept coming back for more. Molly McCann, I know she lost, and I know she looked like a scrub. She didn't fight like she wanted a 100K bonus. Jake Hadley, Kyle Landlock ran. Okay, it wasn't great. Muhammad Makayev, Manel Kopp wasn't great. Oban Elliott, Preston Parsons was decent. It wasn't a crazy fight, okay? Modestas Bukauskas went out there, got a third-round finish in a fight that he was already winning, okay? He could have coasted the third round. Well, technically, I think it was, some people had it 1-1. But nonetheless, he got a third-round finish, okay? Sam Patterson, first-round finish. Mick Parkin got a bonus, first-round finish. First fight, okay. They don't deserve a bonus. But to act like this card was somehow shitty or some of these fighters didn't fight is a completely ridiculous statement to even make to begin with. But let's jump back to the post-fight.
Damn, dude.
Yeah. Nobody fought any harder. There was no sense of urgency. Holy shit, I want the 100,000.
3 a.m.
7 straight.
Here's where I really got to contain myself. I've already went off about this in a previous video. The media member responds. First off, nobody fought with any urgency. Were you on your phone the entire time, Baldy? And the reporter says, well, it was 3 a.m. And listen to Dana White's response.
Who gives a fuck? It's fucking 7 o'clock in Vegas, so.
What really pisses me off, no matter if it's about MMA or in life in general, is illogical arguments that make no sense. They make absolutely no sense. This is completely and utterly illogical. Well, it was 3 a.m. Well, it's 7 a.m. in Vegas. I don't even know if that's the, if you do the math, if that's even right. I don't even think that's correct. Whenever time Leon and Belal Muhammad are fighting was 12 a.m. in Vegas. Or no, wait, no, I'm wrong. I'm doing, that's Eastern time. Sorry. It was 9 p.m. in Vegas. So I guess 3 p.m. maybe. I don't know. But how does that matter? They're not fighting in Vegas, you dumb shit. Oh, it's 7 p.m. in Vegas. Well, start telling us, what time is it in Australia? What time is it in Canada? An easy answer would have been, oh, well, they've known for 3 months. They've known they were fighting at this time for 3 months. But at the end of the day, they fought with urgency, so I don't even get it.
Whatever. Yeah. Never again.
Okay. And last
7 straight fucking decisions. Yeah. The 100,000 was a real big fucking woohoo. Let's get it, boys. Fuck that shit. Never again.
Never again. Never again. Never given 100K bonuses. They've been giving out 50K bonuses since 2007. Adjusted for inflation, it's about $75,000 now. So yeah, they don't care to pay the fighters. They're paying them 12 and 12. Some of them 12 and 12, and now they're saying, oh, we're only giving 50K bonuses, which we've been giving out for the last, forever, basically, last 20 years. Anyway, next thing I want to show you is a clip about Belal Muhammad. Listen to this. Listen to this very carefully.
Everybody talks shit about, and everybody wants to fight him, and everybody wants to call him out, and he keeps winning.
Oh, yes, Belal Muhammad. Look at him promote. Oh, wait, never mind. That was about Paddy Pimblett. That's him promoting Paddy. I intentionally made that mistake. I knew what he was talking about here. That should have been about Belal Muhammad. Yeah, everyone keeps counting him out, but he just keeps winning. He keeps winning. Everyone says, oh, he's going to lose to Sean Brady. He's going to lose to Gilbert. He's going to lose to Leon. We don't even need to see the Leon fight because he already lost 1 round 6 years ago. But instead, he's talking about Paddy Pimblett, which he has every right to hype up Paddy Pimblett. But I'm just saying, this is what he had to say about Paddy. We're going to look at 2 clips of what he had to say about Paddy, and then we're going to hear what he said about Belal here in a little bit.
And he looked damn good tonight. That's why he got the 200,000. I mean, I don't think Bobby Green has been submitted since like 2009.
I don't think Bobby Green's been submitted since 2009. Leon Edwards hasn't lost since what, 2016? Belal went out there and dominated him. Leon's coming off of 2 wins over Kamaru Usman, a win over Colby Covington, the golden boy from Dana White, the Trump sycophant. Belal went out there and dropped Leon on his head and dominated him. You couldn't give him a bonus for that to win the title against all odds, everyone counting him out.
So, yeah, congrats to him. That's the guy that came out tonight and looked like he wanted an extra $100,000.
And is Paddy a guy?
So there you go. That's the guy that looked like he came out and wanted an extra $100,000. Next clip. Again, talking about Paddy Pimblett here. And this is, the reason I'm showing you this, I know some of you may say, like, Joey, why are you showing this? This is about Belal Muhammad, get the respect he deserves. Listen to the way he promoted Paddy Pimblett at this press conference, and then I want you to compare and contrast that when I show you what he had to say about Belal.
Why is he so underestimated? Is that what you're asking me? I don't know, man. He's just one of those guys that I think that his personality or whatever it is, people aren't afraid of him.
You could literally say the same thing about Belal Muhammad. Could have easily hyped up Belal here. Patty's looked like shit in the past. Looked like shit against Tony Ferguson. Looked like shit against Jared Gordon. But guess what? Dana was there looking face-to-face, eye-to-eye with Barstool Sports guys who sponsor Patty, praying for a robbery decision against Jared Gordon. Who remembers that clip? But listen to him hype up Patty.
I don't know. I can't explain it. I can't. But, you know, he showed tonight. You don't have to be afraid of him, but you definitely better worry about him. And now he's in the top 15. So, and he's never lost in the UFC. So, you know, he's the real deal.
And without some,
I know this too. He probably fucked up a lot of parlays tonight.
So again, there's him hyping up Patty, which I have no problem with. Okay, that's not the point. I know someone's going to try to say that. My point is, I want you to contrast that to what he has to say about Belal, because we're going to look at it in a second. We're going to look at everything he had to say about Belal Muhammad at the press conference. Let's jump right into it. And this is the very beginning of the press conference. And you can see what a pissy mood he's in because Belal won the title.
Belal Muhammad's new welterweight champion. Curious your thoughts on the main event.
Look at that. Look at it. Look at just the facial expression here. Belal Muhammad's new welterweight champion. Yeah, Dana looks tickled. I almost said pickled there. I'm going to have to use this image as a thumbnail. By the way, guys, if you enjoy these videos, make sure to subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications. I would greatly appreciate it. But let's hear what he has to say about Belal Muhammad's performance.
Then on his performance and Leon Edwards' performance.
Wasn't a barn burner.
That's all he has to say? What? Belal just went out there as a heavy underdog against a guy who hasn't lost in like 8 years. Against a guy who beat a GOAT in Kamaru Usman. Against a guy who beat your hand-picked, you know, Trump sycophant who gets Dana White privilege, Colby Covington, who went out there and dominated him. And Leon dominated Colby. That fight was far less impressive than what Belal did to Leon, objectively. And you're asked, how do you feel about your new welterweight champion? Wasn't a barn burner. I mean, if you gave 1%, if Dana gave 1% of the enthusiasm for Belal's win that he gave for brown-nosing and sucking John Jones over the last, 6 months, he would have been promoting Belal. And people say, oh, Belal can't be a star. Nobody cares about Belal. Belal's boring. Well, maybe if Dana actually tried to promote his fighters like he used to, maybe if he just gave 1% trying to promote Belal, he could help change some of that perception, because a lot of people just go with whatever Dana White says. Wasn't a barn burner, and there's a little bit more here.
Do you think maybe Leon kind of, to me, looked a little bit lethargic? Maybe the time was hurting him a bit more than Belal. Do you think that was a factor?
By the way, the media making excuses for Leon immediately afterwards. What a joke that is.
Or do you think Belal's pressure was just too much for him to overcome?
I have no clue. You're going to have to ask Leon how he felt and what was going on. And, Belal, I know Belal's been training with Habib, so his performance was, what you would expect.
I mean, I'm going to show you one more clip. That's basically all he said about Belal. Wasn't a barn burner. He's been training with Habib, so that's a performance what you would expect. You have a new welterweight champion that just shocked the world, and that's the best you can do? That's the best you could do? You could literally come out and say, you know what? Belal was a massive underdog. Everyone thought this was an easy matchup for Leon. He's coming into enemy territory. Everyone's booing him. He believed in himself. He's believed in himself. He hasn't lost in many years himself. He had to scratch and claw his way to this opportunity. He finally got his opportunity. He's up there. He's over 35 years old, and he went out there and made the most of it. And went out there and dominated Leon Edwards. Who could have saw this coming? There's a lot of great matchups for him in the future. The welterweight division is wide open now with Leon Edwards no longer the champion. Who knows what happened with Leon? But I know Belal looked incredible tonight. And we have some excellent matchups coming up for him, whether it be Shavkat Rakhmonov, whether it be Jack Della Maddalena, whether it be Leon Edwards, whether it be Colby Covington, whether it be, Ian Machado Gary. The welterweight division is looking amazing right now. But instead, it wasn't a barn burner. I particularly didn't enjoy when Belal was walking him down, bullying him, and picking him up and dumping him on his bald spot. I particularly wasn't enjoying that. I mean, it's just completely and utterly ridiculous. Next clip I want to show you, or there's a little bit more than this.
You know, in the past, we've seen these dominant champions get an instant rematch. Do you think that might be the case here, or do you think it's better to just have Leon rest a little bit? And
Yeah, let him rest. But we're talking about other things right now.
Okay.
We're going to let Leon rest. Why would he get a rematch? Why would the media member even ask that? Dana's always crapping on the media. I would be like, why would he get a rematch? Do you think he deserves a rematch? He lost 4 out of 5 rounds. The one round that he won, he just held onto the body triangle the entire time. Do you think he deserves a rematch? So I don't understand why these media members are carrying water for Leon Edwards and help pushing excuses. And then I'm going to show you 2 more clips. But one more clip. I mean, literally, this is a 23.5-minute press conference. That's the gist of everything he said about Belal right there. This is the only other thing I'm going to show you right now. It's the only other thing.
Obviously, you said that Belal and Leon didn't produce a barn burner. Is there any chance that Leon gets another shot against Belal, or just take Belal in a different direction now?
No. Leon's done great things. We love Leon. He's a great kid. Let him rest, relax. You know, he looked flat tonight. Again, he hasn't been out here yet, right? Yeah. I mean, you guys are going to have to ask him what happened, and I'll read about it while I'm flying home, and we'll go from there. But right now, we're not thinking immediate rematch.
He literally promoted Leon more than he promoted Belal. We love Leon. He's a great kid. He came out flat tonight. He's making excuses for Leon. You're going to have to ask him what went wrong in there. Like there's some reason that he lost the belt. It couldn't just be that Belal Muhammad's better. What a joke. What a joke. And by the way, I meant to mention for the last clip, we're talking about other things right now. I'm telling you right now, I got a gut feeling. Before they even came into the cage to read the decision for the main event, Hunter Campbell and Dana White talked amongst themselves and said, yeah, we got to get Belal on a short turnaround against Shavkat Rakhmonov, because they like to put their thumb on the sport, on the scale for the sport. They like to go as far as they possibly can to rig fights. They did it for Aljamain Sterling, or they did it for Sean O'Malley against Aljamain Sterling. They've done it in the past. They're telling Makayev not to shoot takedowns. Dana White admitted it. So they're getting dangerously close to rigging fights, trying to put their finger on the scale for every single fight to try to get the outcome they want. I'm telling you right now, don't be shocked if they try to make Belal turn around in October against Shavkat Rakhmonov, because they desperately want to get that belt off Belal Muhammad for a litany of reasons. Last clip I'm going to show you from this press conference until we get into something else. We have Dana asked about flags, okay? And this, I understand this is kind of a touchy topic right now. And to be honest, I'm not going into the geopolitics of this, but I just want to show this exchange, and I want to give a reaction to it, because I think it's very important to call Dana White out for his hypocrisy.
And Belal Muhammad's corner put the Palestine flag behind him on the fence, and what it looked like from press row was they were told to put it down. So I was just wondering, because there were other flags shown throughout the night, if that was kind of random, or if that's a policy thing because of the war.
So apparently Belal was asked to take down his flag in the corner. Is that policy? Has policy changed? Because Dana White said flags are back. Is that a policy change? Watch Dana's reaction here. First off, he acts like he can't hear it. By the way, I can tell by the look on his face, he could hear the question.
Belal Muhammad's corner had the Palestine flag behind him, and someone told them to put it down. So was that random, or is it like a policy thing because of...
He put a what?
Palestine flag.
Oh, Palestine flag, and somebody said take it down? Who said take it down?
I don't know who it was, but it looked like it was someone from the UFC. There was like 2 people just like telling them to don't put it on the fence.
Looked like there were people from UFC? Were they wearing fucking UFC hats, or...
No, I mean...
No, they were carrying Power Slap blue Solo cups, Dana. I mean, what is it, random fans going up there and telling them? I mean, I guess it could be security, but, it's just a weird... Dana's trying to be evasive here instead of answering the question.
Name tags?
Otherwise, I wouldn't have been right at the octagon.
I have no idea.
But there's no like new flag policy thing because of anything.
I have no idea. I get...
There's no new flag policy. I have no idea. And then watch his response here.
What you're trying to do, but I have no idea.
I was just wondering because...
Yeah. I know what you're trying to do. I know what you're trying to do. Good try. I have no idea, but good try.
So he has no idea what the flag policy is for the UFC. I have no idea. I see what you're trying to do. And I think what he's alluding to here, you guys can let me know in the comments. You're trying to get me with a gotcha question. I'm so tired of hearing Dana saying, yeah, these media members try to get me with gotcha questions. You know the simplest reaction to this? I don't know what particularly happened. I didn't see that. But our policy on flags have not changed. There you go. There you go. Is that a gotcha question? Is that a gotcha answer? No. But Dana hasn't said, oh, I don't know. I don't know. And you know what makes this so hypocritical? Let's jump back to 9 months ago, roughly 9 months ago. Let's see what Dana had to say about flags back then. And that's what makes that answer raise my eyebrows and start getting the wheels going in my head. I'm like, well, wait a second, Dana. You don't know. You don't care. You know what he's trying to do. But look how animated you were 9 months ago about flags. You love flags back then. You said, if anybody cares about flags, if it hurts your feelings, too bad. Let's listen.
Yeah, flags are back. Yeah. I was on vacation during the Mexican Independence Day, and the no flag thing drove me crazy.
So the no flags drove him crazy then, but he doesn't care to get to the bottom of it. He could have literally said, look, I don't know what happened. That's not our policy. I'll look into it, or I'll ask some people. I'll get you an answer, but I don't know right now. Could have been a simple question. He could have never answered the question later. But instead, he acts so evasive. Like, I see what you're trying to do here. But it was driving him crazy before. When he was on vacation, he's thinking about flags.
And I was like, yeah, fuck that. We're bringing flags back. Yeah, it drove me crazy.
Is there, I mean, obviously, is there any, like, the reason why you took the flags away in the first place, like with like Russia, Ukraine, is there, like, can the Russians walk out with the flag this time?
Yeah, there's a lot of things that go on in a company this big. You can't micromanage everything. And sometimes things are done for the intentions of the right reasons and whatever. Everybody in this room knows the way that I feel about a lot of things. Basically, I don't give a fuck is the answer to most things. Everybody's too soft. Everybody's too sensitive about everything.
This man, you just saw this man on Saturday night say, yeah, I see what you're trying to do there. Hey, Dana, is there any policy change with flags? I see what you're trying to do there. Sounds like he's too soft.
And, you know, when the decision was made to do this, I was just kind of like, you know, what's the big deal if they don't have flags? And Mexican Independence Day flipped the switch for me, and I was like, that's enough. I'm done with the no flags. So flags are back. If any flags hurt your feelings, too fucking bad.
So there you go. There was Dana's take on flags 9 months ago. But yet he doesn't care that potentially his now new champion was told that he can't display his flag. And again, I'm not getting into the politics of the entire situation, okay? I'm just saying, if you're going to say something, stick to it. I understand you're a major company. You don't want to cause a lot of controversy. Well, not really. Dana White doesn't really care that much. But if there's something behind the scenes going on and you're like, okay, well, we can't do this because we don't want to, you know, stir up anything with this very sensitive topic. I understand it. But to say this 9 months ago, and then when somebody asks you a simple question on your policy, all of a sudden you say, I see what you're trying to do there. It's just disgusting and disturbing. Now, the last thing I want to take a look at is something you guys may have missed. I know a lot of people talk about Ariel Manuel, who's the CEO of WME, who owns UFC. Here he is in the crowd. You may have missed him. I'm going to show you some footage, and just for full context, I've edited this slightly. I mean, there's nothing really that's altering about it, other than just to save some time. I don't want to get a copyright strike for showing you fight footage. But watch his reaction. This is in the 5th round at 3 minutes and 52 seconds. As you see, he's pissed. And he's involved with Dana White and the day-to-day operations with the UFC. Maybe not completely entrenched in them, but big picture, he's seriously involved with the UFC. Obviously, he's the CEO of WME, who owns the UFC. Watch his reaction to Belal basically ending the fight here with like one last kind of takedown, or getting in the clinch and about to get a takedown. Look, you'll see him look. He doesn't look too happy right there. Look, he takes off his headphones. He says something here. And then soon after, Belal gets a takedown right here. I edited that right there to skip a few seconds ahead. And then watch. He's actually back here. He storms out. He storms out. Watch. You'll see him walk off right here. He's not happy that Belal won. I'm telling you right now, he's not. Boom, he's gone. There, that's him right there walking off. Now, I want to show you a couple more things from this, and I edited this together. Again, I skip ahead here in a second. Watch when the fight ends here in a second. Hunter Campbell's here. You can see Hunter Campbell there. Dana White's over here. You'll see him in a second emerge. Listen, they look like they're attending a funeral because Belal just won. Watch their reactions. No claps, nothing. Here's Dana right here. Here's Hunter right here. They're not even looking at the cage. I mean, they look so dejected. They look like they don't want to be there at all. They are pissed because they look at Belal Muhammad as a headache. They're like, oh, touchy subject with the country that he reps. They look at him as he's not super promotable. The fans don't like him a lot. And what's crazy is, I'm telling you right now, if they actually reasonably promoted Belal and Belal can continue to win, if he goes out there and beats Shavkat Rakhmonov, he continues this crazy winning streak he has, I believe he can be a substantial draw in the UFC. I'm not saying a million pay-per-view buys, but I'm saying just as good as some of the other champions. You know, he could draw more than Colby Covington, who's doing under 400K buys, against Jorge Masvidal, who's a bigger draw than him. If they just promote him, he has the whole entire Muslim fan base behind him. So they can easily promote to that fan base. And look at Islam. He's one of their kind of biggest straws. I know that term is thrown around loosely nowadays, but instead they're pissed. And then I want to skip ahead. I'm not even going to show this, but look at this. This is Dana about to wrap the belt around Belal Muhammad. He looks thrilled, doesn't he? He looks absolutely thrilled. What a joke. They clearly aren't giving Belal the respect that he deserves. They're not giving him the promotion that he deserves. And it's just annoying to me because look what he's done. Look at the win streak he's put together. I said this before. I think with a couple more wins, he is up there in the GOAT discussion at welterweight. That's future, okay? I'm not saying right now. But I'm saying if you look at his current resume, and if he goes out there and beats Shavkat Rakhmonov, he beats one more opponent, I think he's right up there in the discussion, okay? He hasn't surpassed Kamaru. He hasn't surpassed GSP. He's not close to GSP yet. But look at his resume right now, even when he didn't have the title wrapped around his waist. He's beaten some of the best guys. Now he's beaten Leon. Now he's going to fight Shavkat. If he takes Shavkat's O, that is craziness. And they don't even bother to promote him because they don't see dollar signs with Belal Muhammad. They're like, oh, well, we don't like his personality. A lot of fans. So us as fans have to get behind some of these fighters who go out there, they stay active, they're willing to fight all comers. And I'm probably going to make another video on this. I know people are probably sick and tired of hearing me talk about Belal, but I'm probably going to make an entire video about how Belal Muhammad saved the welterweight division. Let me know down in the comments if you want that video, because if you watch Belal's post-fight, I don't even usually watch post-fights like that. I usually watch Dana's, or if there's a particularly interesting one I want to see. But Belal's post-fight was incredible. The answers that he gave were incredible. He has saved the welterweight division. He's going to be active, and he's not going to duck anyone. So the fact that Dana in the UFC can't give him the respect he deserves, the performance that he put on, he should have got a 100K bonus. Instead, Dana White and the UFC and Hunter Campbell and Ariel Manuel got to act like they're attending a funeral. And then at the post-fight presser, they couldn't give Belal Muhammad his flowers. I just think it just looks bad. I mean, think about it. I showed you every instance where he even referenced Belal Muhammad at the post-fight presser. Not one single word of praise from UFC President Dana White. He's checked out. All he cares about is power slap instead of promoting his actual fighters. But that's it for this video. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments. Like the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel, and thank you so much for watching.